Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Woo!
Disturbed and Confused. We are at season 2, episode 15, and I am so grateful because we've got Jason Scoop back.
Hello, everyone.
And we have filmmaker, musician, and so much more, Mr. Jerry Ferretti.
Ooh.
Thank you for joining us. It's so good to have you.
Finally be here.
This was such a nice surprise. I'm so glad we were able to work this out. Hello, Rosemary. Rosemary.
Hello,
Saying
Rosemary.
hello. Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
How you doing? So, Jerry,
Yeah.
first time in the studio here. Are you disturbed? Are you confused? A little bit of
I
both?
think I'm a little bit of both. I mean,
That's good. That means it's working.
it is. It's a nice studio. I gotta say. I mean, I've watched your show, but it's always when you come to the house and you actually see it, you say, okay, that's what it's a lot like.
This is it.
Very cool.
This is Mikasa.
Yeah. So thank you for having me on the show, and
Thank you for joining us.
It's nice to see you fully clothed. I know, the
Listen,
first time I met you,
The audience needs a little context there. The folks at home, as they say.
Oh, no. What's going on here? Is there an issue?
What's
no,
happening?
we're
We've
good.
been hijacked.
Something, that was weird. Something
my
popped
comment
up.
just shut
Yes,
down the
it
internet.
startled the internet.
That's
Sorry
right.
about that, guys. Now, I'm going to let Jerry explain why he said that so people aren't like running around like freaking out going, oh my
Gossiping
God, what is Michelle doing?
in the
Right.
streets.
So how did we meet, Jerry?
Well, we met through the infamous Valentina Janik,
Mm-hmm.
who is like the introducer of the world.
Yes.
She seems to know everybody.
She really does.
And I'm in the middle of working on a series that I wrote and produced, and it's called The Fontanas.
Yes.
Many of you out there may have heard of it. And I
Great
was
series.
looking for an actress to play a risque scene with the person playing my brother, who is a big ladies' man.
Yes.
And
Max.
in this, yes, Max.
we
And
like Max.
In this scene, he's
Cheers to
leaving
Max.
what looks like his girlfriend's house,
Mhm.
but it's actually the one-night stand that he had the night before. And as he's saying goodbye to this woman, a second woman appears in the doorway,
That was
indicating
me.
he had an extra special night the night before.
Yes, he did. He
And,
got the 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, so I needed two actresses that would be willing to come into this scene in lingerie and appear.
Everything was
And
covered. It was
Yes,
all in
it
good
was
taste,
very
nothing
tasteful.
dirty. It was, let me tell you something. We all went to, all of us, all three of us were there. A few weeks ago, we were at the New York Long Island Film Festival, and this is Jerry's baby. This is his project. And what a great event it was. And the Fontanas premiered that night. And let me tell you, people, it's hysterical.
Thank you.
Like, I can't wait for more.
Well, I did bring you a little something here.
You
So,
did.
yeah, so you can open that up.
Love presents. Yay
There's
for
the
the
posters.
studio
Wow.
wall. Yay. Oops.
That
That's going in a frame, and we're going to have Jerry sign
Beautiful.
this.
yes. So
I love it. Thank you so much.
it's literally, I mean, it's an Italian family, 3 generations. It's basically a little bit of Soap
Yes.
meets Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
I love it. Meets Parenthood.
It's so
meets-
funny.
yeah.
I did not hear a quiet moment during that premiere.
Mhm.
Well, that's the nervous part. I mean, it was the film festival that I started, but and I wrestled with, should I be showing my film at my festival?
Yes.
But I basically put it before the judges and said, if it's worthy, let's do it. If not, we'll show it another time.
Right.
But sitting there at your own premiere, I mean, obviously, because you're so busy running the festival, you don't really have time to think.
Right.
But maybe 15 minutes before it was going to show, I just
Yeah.
filled with nerves. And,
Yeah.
being a performer, a musician, it doesn't always
Yes.
show. But inside, you're like,
I can only
bubbling
imagine.
over.
I can only imagine what that must feel like. Wow.
when the
That's-
first laugh hits,
Yeah.
there's an exhale.
Then you can breathe
There
a
you
little
go.
bit.
Second one. It's like you're like,
Well, we
All
were laughing the entire time because that was good. Wasn't that good?
I loved it.
I
Thank you.
loved it too.
Thank you.
I really, really did. I can't wait to see more.
It was very family oriented.
Yes.
And most people, I was going to say everybody, but then I said most people because I don't know, some people don't have families.
It's true.
Sorry, folks, if you don't. But like
We
most
know
people
a
can
few.
relate. Yeah, we know, But, it's relatable,
Yes. Very
and,
relatable.
yeah.
It's like everyday life.
Right. Because it had heart. A lot of movies now, they don't have like heart. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You're right. A lot of movies now, they really don't.
Yeah.
They're like so formulaic that the human aspect isn't there.
Isn't
Right.
there.
Exactly. Wow. But it was,
Interesting.
wow. I
Thank you.
loved it.
Mhm.
I loved it. Bruno Coppola is saying hello. Hi, Ann Rothney, Captain Splash, Energetics in the house. What
Energetic.
up, brother?
That's my guy right there.
I love him. Danny Rivera. Good guy. Good guy.
Very talented rapper.
Very talented rapper. I actually got some new video last week of him performing at
Ooh.
Paradise. Yes. You
Nice.
people have to come down Friday nights. And Jenix usually in the house and he's performing live.
Come down to Paradise and watch him.
I love when you're here. So I'm not sure if you guys realized or not yet, but my co-host is not here. He's been fired due to dropping food on the floor last week.
Terrible.
So actually, I shouldn't say fired. He's suspended for a week, and then he'll be back next week.
Suspended without pay. He'll
Yeah,
be back.
Suspended with no food. He's home crying right now. No, I'm just kidding. He had a family emergency, so we couldn't make it. We wish him well, of course. But he really did drop food on my floor. Just saying. Yes.
It's a lot of food, right? We call in a lot of food. And it's being dropped at numbers which, frankly, we've never seen, right? Unbelievable. Frank! No.
Frank won't show up if there's no food on the table, and I told him there would be no food tonight.
That's hilarious.
Anywho, so Jerry,
Yes.
what stage are you at now with the Fontanas? I know you filmed episode 2.
Most of it.
Most
We're
of it.
filming the last scenes for episode 2 this Saturday.
Okay.
And
Wow,
then we'll have
great.
episode 2 done. The episode 1 is in the final stages of editing.
Right.
We hadn't fully color corrected
Right,
it
right.
at the premiere, and we're I guess about halfway done with episode 3
Wow.
because when you have a location,
Yes.
if it's in multiple episodes, you try and get those scenes done, and
Yes.
it's crazy because you have to make sure you have outfits that are proper when you're coming into the next. What are you wearing? What was your hair like? Is this 3 months later?
Yeah, sure.
So it's a lot to consider, and but the goal is, the first season is going to be about 7 episodes. I anticipate with what I have
That's
in mind.
great. And all 7
Um,
episodes are written already, or you're still in the process?
No, what happened is I had written it as 4 episodes that made up a feature. Originally, that was my plan, was just to make these 4 episodes, and if you strung them together, they were a feature film.
Right.
So I could show it episodic if I wanted to, and then as I was writing it, and I came to completion, I went, you know what? There's so much with this family, so much interesting stuff that to close the door on it in a feature, I said that's not the right thing to do. There's a series here.
Yeah.
Right.
So I backed out, and there's an event that happens. I don't want to blow it in the first episode. At the end of the first episode, that changes the whole family dynamic.
Wow.
So that first episode, which the trick of that was introducing all the characters.
Yes.
Because if you see that one dinner scene, the whole family is there.
Yeah.
And that was a challenge as a filmmaker.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I had a great crew working with me to and the actors to orchestrate that scene where the camera was following them. You got 12 people in the scene, and if any one of them screws up, you got to start over.
Yeah.
Right.
So everybody has to hit their mark in that kind of a scene. And it was challenging because we wanted to introduce everybody in that episode,
Right.
and then the subsequent episodes would focus more internally on their individual lives. And that's where we're at. It's a lot easier these next shoots because you're only dealing with 2 or 3 people on set.
That's true. That's
which is
true.
just like, wow, this is easy because
Right.
that was such a
This is true.
challenge. But I mean, you were there. You see how much fun it can be.
It was
especially
so
doing a
much
comedy.
fun. I mean, listen, I was with one of my best friends filming
Right.
a movie, so it doesn't get any more fun than that, right, Cindy Seville? I see you watching.
And
I see you watching.
remember the man in the apartment next door?
Oh, the little old guy, and we were trying to invite him over. Oh, that was so much fun.
They're dressed. They're coming out with this with the guy playing my brother.
Yeah.
And there's an older man
Mm.
in the apartment next door looking out the window,
Peeping.
and he's like,
He's like, what's going on?
so we tried to get him to be in the film. We tried to make
Yes.
it that when after my brother leaves, they
He
go
was
to him.
gonna-
and say,
yeah.
Come
Oh,
on.
that,
Yeah.
He wouldn't
he
do it.
wasn't down.
He refused.
No, that's okay. Some people are shy.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
I think
though.
he must have ran out of little blue pills or something. I don't
Oh, his
know.
wife was on the other side of the thing.
Oh,
saying,
that's what it was. The wife's ruin everything, right? Yes, Cindy is watching. Hello, my girl. Hello,
Hey,
Ezra
Cindy.
Binstein.
Hello, Cindy.
Everybody's saying hello. they're so good, chiming in every week. Good little viewers. No, I'm just kidding. So, I would like to know now, did you start with the band or filmmaking first?
It's funny because people ask me these questions. They ask me,
That's
what do
an
you like
important
better,
question.
filmmaking or music? And my standard answer is, why do I have to choose?
Yes, you
You know,
don't.
no, I'm passionate about all of it.
I just want to know which you did first.
I've been involved in theater and music. I mean, you know, I do Elvis, right? So
Yes.
I have pictures on my wall of me doing Elvis when I was like 7. And it's just funny because I connected with Elvis as a little kid.
Yeah.
But what happened with the band is I had written a play, which was centered around a band that makes it later in life. They break up when they're young, and then when they're in their like approaching 60, they record a song that their kids put on the internet. And
Oh.
they put it out there as if it's actually for 20-year-olds, but it's really these 4 older guys.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
the play is called Bridge the Gap, and I had written it as a screenplay a decade ago, changed it into a play, and I put the play on in 2018. And when people would come to see the play, they would say, where can I see this band?
Right.
And it was like, well, the band only existed on stage in the play.
Mhm.
But I had always said, if I get this play off the ground, I want to get this band off the ground. So the actors in the play really didn't play the instruments.
Right.
But I reached out to some musician friends that I know, and we formed the Mutant Kings. And we played our first gig in September of 2019. And I think this summer we had, I think it was 44.
Yeah, you were
gigs.
everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Like every other day, you were somewhere else. I couldn't believe it.
It got to be like difficult.
Yeah.
You know, you're singing Wednesday night,
Yeah,
Friday
it's
night,
gotta hurt your
Saturday,
voice, right?
Sunday.
You got to take care
You
of
got
those
to
vocal
really,
cords.
really, take care of it. And,
Something else.
people go out to a bar afterwards and you're talking like this because you got to sing the next
Oh,
night.
I
Right,
know.
right.
I do karaoke every week, and I'm not very good at singing. So, yeah, and I don't know what I'm doing. So, the next day, I usually have no voice.
I actually just saw the Elvis movie. I didn't know much about Elvis. I loved it. I watched it on the airplane going to Las Vegas, which was featured prominently in the film.
Right.
And I really didn't know much about Elvis, but I was very impressed with the movie, and I really liked everything I saw.
Did you like the music?
I liked the music, but I liked everything. But yeah, I
Right.
did enjoy the songs.
Because I think a lot of young people now they're finding that music. It's like they're discovering it.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting. What'd you think of his portrayal?
I thought it was. I thought he was definitely. He didn't come off bad at all.
Right.
Because I had heard some like through whatever that like he stole his music from the black people or whatever, but then it turned out that they were like persecuting him because he was making the white people accept black people because he was singing songs that sounded like them. So and he grew up around black people. So I guess that was interesting. I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And, I was thoroughly impressed with him as a person, the music, everything.
And
I thought it was really cool.
It was pretty accurate. The portrayal of him and his character, I believe. You know, I know a lot about Elvis because, like I said, it's been a lifetime of reading, and he was a good guy.
Yeah,
he was, and I like that they portrayed him in that manner for the most part. I mean, this really was about the Colonel.
Yeah,
and attacking, and most of that they showed about the Colonel was true. He was not a nice man. Nice man.
I didn't get to watch the whole movie yet, but I will.
Yeah.
Brutus James is chiming in from Chi-Town. What up, Brutus? How are you? My brothers from Chi-Town are watching. We got
Chicago?
Ed, we got Brutus. Yeah.
Chirac, as they call it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like getting texts, and I don't know why, because everyone I know knows I'm live right now. So stop that. Now, where did you get the name for the band, Mutant Ninjas?
It's not Mutant Ninjas.
Wait.
It's
wait. I know this. Oh my God. Just tell me.
Mutant Kings.
Mutant Kings. That's it. Mutant Kings. I knew it was close.
When these guys were in their teens and they had a band in the 70s, they were breaking up because the main guy in the band, the creative force, the Paul McCartney of the band, was going off. His father was making him go to school and be a lawyer.
Right.
Their band was called the Kings. Okay. So they broke up. It was like as if the Beatles never happened because Paul went off and became a lawyer.
Got it.
They get back together when they're like 59, 60 years old, and they're jamming in the same garage that they grew up in. It's actually their kids who secretly record the song. And they put the song on the internet, but they're going, nobody's going to listen to these old geezers. So they take images of the fathers and they mutate them into these like psychedelic Picasso
Oh,
stretched
wow.
out images, and they create this website, and they rename the band the Mutant Kings.
That's so cool.
And you can't tell that they're 4 old guys because it's this colorful psychedelic artistry. And they release the song, and they create this website, and the song becomes a hit, and everybody thinks it's for 20-year-olds.
Wow.
No one knows it's these 4 old guys. So the Mutant Kings is the, bastardization of the Kings.
That's great. That's great.
And I wanted to turn it into a film. That's still my goal.
Should.
Yeah, but the
That's a
South
great
Shore Theater in
storyline.
Lindenhurst, which is where we also do the film festival.
Yes.
I had gone to the owner, who's a friend of mine, and said, "Listen, I got this screenplay. If I rewrite it as a play, can we put it on the theater?" And she was like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
So I rewrote it.
That's
I
awesome.
wrote the music to the soundtrack.
How exciting.
And we put it on, and it was a big hit. And
that is incredible.
then COVID hit. So,
Oh, well,
we was
yeah.
looking at other theaters and everything. We actually did it in 2 theaters, South Shore, and then we went to Babylon and did the James Street Theater, and then COVID hit. So,
Wow.
but then the band took off.
Right.
So, there's only so much time in the day.
I know.
That's the front, I mean,
That's very true.
We all know in this business, listen,
Yeah.
time is, ugh.
And then I have this annoying thing that gets in the way. It's a full-time day job.
Yeah.
So
that can get in the way.
Yeah, so
What do you do during the day? Do you want to say or do you not want to say?
I'm actually in the investigation field.
Oh, so he did background checks on both of us while he was
Oh.
sitting out in the car before.
You're clean. Everything's good.
I know I'm clean. I don't know about this one.
I'm good,
Clean
believe it or
enough.
not, somehow.
Somehow you stayed clean.
Yes, somehow.
Good for you. Me too. I don't know how we did it.
High
Yay.
five.
Well, Terry, that's great, man. You've got a lot of creativity going on in that old noggin of yours, huh?
It keeps going.
And
Even
I don't
when
mean
you're
old
sleeping.
as in like age
No.
old. I just, figuratively
it's up
speaking.
there. It's getting up there. It's not a young noggin like his, but you know what it's like. I'm sure as a comedian, right?
Oh yeah, well, I'm
always
balancing multiple things because I did stand up for years, but then I got on TikTok, and then TikTok gave me all this notoriety. So it's like I'm trying to continue to do stand up while doing the TikTok, and it's like let's TikTok get me big enough so I could have fans come out to do stand up. And now I got my own. I started doing my own podcast on YouTube, the Donald J. Trump podcast. Thank you.
Which is great.
Yeah, I play Trump every episode. I have guests on. It's pretty wild, and it's not what you think. It's not even political, really. It's just sort of if you had I talk about like Barron came home, he was smoking a vape. All these things, and
right.
and I have other guests on who do impressions, and I'll have them play multiple characters. But anyways, yes, it's gosh, I want to do it all. Focus on Instagram and TikTok and stand up and the podcast, but it's tough. I can relate to that 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's
100%.
once I think if you compartmentalize your time well, you can get so
Yes.
much done.
Yeah.
Like I seldom binge watch a show because like people will say, "Oh, you gotta watch this show. You gotta watch this show."
Right.
And like you add up the time that
Yeah.
you're watching television.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good research. As a filmmaker, I'm like now
Right.
I'm doing a series, so I'll watch things to get ideas, filming techniques, or things like that. But I'm like, how do people watch all of these shows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how they do it.
Right.
I know
So-
I have some friends that are mad at me right now because I haven't been able to watch their shows, and it's just it's hard to find the time. It
Yeah.
really truly is hard to find the time. I got twins, I got a husband, I have a house, and I do other things on the side, not just this, and it's a lot. And the show is a lot. Jason, you know how hard I work on this show. Bobby
Absolutely.
knows how hard I work, and Bobby works just as hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of time, and it's hard to find that time because the time
Yeah.
goes fast. Like that day we shot at Valentina's, I was worried, like, am I going to get cold? I'm in lingerie. Like, how long am I going to be there?
Yeah.
The day flew
Flew.
by.
Yep.
I think I was there 6 hours, and it felt like it was an hour and a half.
Because
Yeah.
you're having a good time.
Oh, really?
Time
We
flies
had
when you're
so
having fun.
much
That's very
fun.
true.
It's very, very, very true.
Yeah.
So we know that you love both music and film. We're not going to choose. Do you have a favorite project that you've worked on?
Ooh,
Oh, I got
that's a
him.
good
I
one.
got him.
That's a
I
good
got 'em.
question. I'm I think my favorite project is the one that I'm working on right now. And I don't mean just the Fontana.
Right.
I mean whatever I'm working on right now.
In the moment.
In the moment, I put
Right.
everything into
I
whatever
can
I'm
tell you
doing.
do.
And then if like I'm filming Saturday, that will be my favorite project. If I'm doing
Great.
an Elvis show on Sunday, that will be my favorite project.
Wow.
And it's just, you know, the way, thankfully, I'm grateful for this. I can jump from one to the other. You know, you get your
Yes.
brain going in multi. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like,
You can multitask.
yeah.
I
you
can't.
got,
I'm blonde. I'm a real blonde. I don't know how to multitask. I used to when I was younger, but I can't do it anymore.
when
One
I,
thing at a time.
when I made the play Bridge the Gap, it's the same year that I made my first feature, which was called The Mark.
Right.
And at the time, everybody was saying, well you got to pick one.
Yeah.
And I was literally filming that movie in the summer and opening the play in November. And it's like, you just have to go, okay, today I'm working on this.
Right.
Tomorrow I'm working on that.
Right.
The next day I'm working on this. And you have to come up with that
I have
organized
to
plan. or
learn
you're
to do
doomed.
that. I get so flustered sometimes. Everybody makes fun of me because it's fun to watch, but yeah, it's not fun for me.
Well, you do a lot though. I mean, you
I'm sitting here putting up your name as you're talking. I'm doing all this, people. No, thank God I have Bobby. So Bobby's in the studio over at Paradise with Captain Splash. Captain
Hey,
Splash said, your guest, Jerry Ferretti, looks just like Dermot Mulrooney from My Best Friend's Wedding. Do you get that a lot?
I've never heard that one.
Really? Because
I
you do
get-
kind of look a little bit like him.
Wow.
Or we should say he looks a little bit like you.
I've gotten a lot of times in my life, especially when I was younger and I had more hair. You're Rocky, you know. Come on.
Oh, yes.
I get that a lot.
see that.
That was pretty
Mr.
good.
Mr. Peterman from Seinfeld.
Oh,
Used to
my
get that.
God. Yes.
Who else? This one, I mean, Mel Gibson. Sometimes people tell me.
I can see that.
Yeah, I've
I
had
can
people,
see
strangers
that.
come up to me, and you know, I should be saying someone ugly, like because I don't mean to sound like I look like police good. Like,
Please
you
don't
know,
say who's ugly live.
like
Nobody's
Popeye or
ugly.
something,
Everyone's
you know, like-
beautiful.
But yeah, those are the ones that I get a lot, and I guess a lot of it sometimes has to do with the hair too, how
yeah.
long it is or what color it is.
You do have great hair, Jerry.
I
not
still
gonna lie.
have it mostly, so I'm very grateful for that.
Is there any role, if somebody asked you to be in a film, is there any role that you would not do? A role you would not take based on principle? Like your own.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I
Values.
was watching a movie the other night, and it was a horror movie. What the heck was it? It was a horror movie where at the end, Gerald's Game,
I don't
Stephen
think I've
King,
seen that.
and at the end, it went into where the victim was messed up because her own father had intercourse with her and
Oh, that's
molested her.
bad.
And I was
Oh.
looking at the actor playing this, and I was like, you know what?
No.
I actually said to the person I was watching the movie, I said, that's a role I would not even want to dignify.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
You're
so,
the second person that said that.
yeah.
Yep. I
Let
agree.
me ask you this. What do you think of actors like Christian Bale who put on a bunch of weight for one role and then will like lose weight to play like a really skinny person? What do you think of that? Because I always thought that was silly when you could just put on a fat suit.
I think that it's funny you asked that question because a lot of times that gets misconstrued as this great acting.
Right.
Like they did
It's like
something.
you're cheating almost.
Well, you're a great actor if you're a great actor, but yeah, you put on weight. Well, and I know it's difficult, especially to lose weight. Like
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he
yeah.
lost the
Oh,
whole weight.
yeah.
Tom
He did.
Hanks when he went in Philadelphia.
And Castaway.
Right. And I think De Niro was one of the first ones to do it in The Untouchables. He gained weight.
Yes.
And everybody was like, wow, look at that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's a transformation.
Yeah, it's also super like unhealthy. For
Yeah,
your body.
very
Yes,
unhealthy.
It is. And
Yeah.
and
It's like a crash diet.
you're right.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cheat. It's like, look at what I did. So
affects your
I'm
heart.
great.
I also heard that a lot of guys who do the superhero roles or like where they got to buff up, they're pretty much all of them are doing steroids. That's what I heard.
That's what's out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, steroids is one of the most denied things.
Yeah.
Obviously I don't. This is all me.
You're so
This is
huge.
it.
Your muscles are huge. I thought for sure you were doing steroids,
Nope.
Jerry. Listen, you don't have to share your secrets here. Nobody's watching it. No, I'm just kidding. Cindy Seville, she said, Jerry, I was very impressed. You kept your cool the entire time. You coached everyone. You had things under control. And I agree 100%.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah,
That was
you really did keep your cool. How did you do that? I would have been cursing my brains out.
It only makes it worse.
I know. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Shouldn't
I
freak
mean, you get
out.
experience with stuff, and you realize that if you're going to be your own worst enemy,
Right.
if you make it worse.
Yeah.
So you have to.
I think Trump knows about that. Right?
He should have learned that.
I don't know. Is he around?
Well, look, when it comes to managing a team, right? We call it managing a team. You just send a tweet, right? Bing, bang, boom, and it solves the problem, right? Unbelievable. We call it meditation, right? You meditate.
You're the
That's
best
good.
person. Oh my God, I can't. I don't know how I ever did this without you. I'm serious. So, what else we got going? Is Cindy's daughter in episode 3? Is she coming back?
Well, I was going to say that because Cindy's watching.
Yeah.
We have this round of shots that we're doing this weekend,
Right.
and then we're going to plan for the next couple of weeks. And I know Cindy's daughter, I think she goes away to school.
Right.
But like the next round of shots, I'm going to be needing her back because
Ah.
she's actually my daughter
Right.
in
right.
the film.
I think she comes home for the holidays.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and take
And
advantage
she's come
of that
home
'cause
in
we've got a
between
couple
too.
of, yeah, she was
Maybe
great.
she-
I mean,
yes, she was.
I love working with non-actors because
That would be me.
you can kind of mold them.
Yes.
As long as I always say, as long as they want to do it and they can learn lines,
Right.
you know,
right.
because some people have a very hard time with that.
Yes.
But if you want to do it and you have an outgoing personality, we'll make it work. I'll get out of
Right.
you what we have to. And that's a lot of fun as a director doing that.
That's amazing. All right, guys, we are
Very
going
interesting
to
stuff.
take a quick commercial break, and we will be back with you shortly with Jason Scoop and Jerry Ferretti. See you in a few minutes.
Woo.
Hi, I'm Michael Astor, a New York personal injury lawyer at Astor Law. I've spent the past 30 years fighting for New Yorkers who have been injured or lost a loved one due to the fault of others. At Astor Law, we help accident victims. We have a track record of success with some of the largest settlements and jury verdicts in America. At my firm, we provide New Yorkers with a free consultation. And if you hire us, you don't pay us until we win money for you. If you or someone you know has been injured in an accident, give us a call. At Astor Law, quality service doesn't cost, it pays.
Captain Splish. I'm the superhero swimming. I'll teach you to be water safe with all my swimming skills, along with all my sing-along friends here in Splish Splashville. Myrtle the turtle, Octi the octopus, Starry the starfish, and that's just a few. You'll learn all about what your body can do. My superpower is to teach with song and rhyme, and that helps you remember what you learn every time. You'll learn to float and you'll learn to swim, from blowing bubbles to jumping in. Each week, you'll learn something new. You'll be amazed at what your body can do. I'm so excited for you to see the show, but now Captain Splish has to go. See you soon. Bye.
The Jackie the Joke Man. Martin
Jackie.
What is is it?
That's a pygmy with a heart on.
New York Islander, Rich Pilon. So, how bad did you feel with the Kevin Stevens hit?
Darius and I were in their kitchen, and we were like, we were dominating Mario and them at the time. And Kevin just wanted to take me out, and it was a touch icing, and there was no need for him to come through. And he was just, and I kind of played like I didn't see him, and at the last second, just jumped right into him.
And we
I
really
love you,
love
Mr. President.
Jason Scoop, and we're so happy he's back.
Hello,
with us.
everybody. My wife Jilly makes this. She's beautiful. That's my husband, wife. Excuse me, right there. That's okay. Look.
Oh my God, we're back.
I never miss myself.
And we are back. So that was the debut, the premiere of Disturbed and Confused commercial. The last one. Hope you guys liked it. What is growing on Jason's head? Ed wants to
Excuse
know.
me. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I dyed my hair blonde.
I
And then I
like
got a cut. So now it just looks like I have frosted tips. I'm like, please, folks, I didn't
I
frost.
like it.
Yeah, well, people like it. I don't know. But I mean, I kind of, it's grown on me.
I like
Well, when I left the barber, I was like, I don't know about, but yeah, it's, it's
I
growing on
like
me.
it.
It's growing on me.
That's funny. Ed, he goes, you were in lingerie. Any pics? Actually, let me see. Do we have any pictures? I don't know. Do we?
She's on demand, folks.
Where are we?
They're
Where
there
are
somewhere.
we? I don't know. Oh, but bam! There you go. There's a picture of me and Cindy in lingerie during our.
And it was so perfect because he kisses Cindy goodbye, and then you just slide in the doorway,
Yeah.
and we see you in the audience. Loved it.
It was fun. They all laughed at that part, but
Yep.
yeah, that's
Very
me,
funny
Cindy. And Max. I always call him Alex for some reason. I don't know why. He looks like an Alex. So then I have this picture from the film festival.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a big part of the cast
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it was a great picture, a great event. We had so much fun.
Yep.
So much fun. Now, the young man on the left, that's Joe, right? Bottom left maroon shirt. Is
yes.
his name Joe?
His name is
Yeah,
Joe
I met
Metal.
him and
He
his mom.
plays the woman in the picture.
Yeah.
Well, it's directly across from him is his mom in the
Oh,
film.
okay.
And standing all the way to the right is his father.
Ah, okay.
The brothers are Wendell on the right in the blue.
Yes.
And then you see me and the guy behind me.
Yes.
And
Max.
and
right?
Max directly across from me.
Yes.
Yeah. So those
Okay.
are the four brothers. And I mean, it's loosely based on the dynamic of my family.
Yeah.
And
There's
you know,
me.
There
That
you
was
are.
a
And there
little
you are.
picture. And
and you could be coming back. You know that's the
Listen,
beauty of this type of project.
I got to be honest. I don't think I would say no.
I think that would be
I
fantastic.
think that would be fun. I would come back. Absolutely. Listen, no pressure at all. I'm a busy woman. It's all good. I won't be insulted at all.
Mhm.
But I had so much fun. So much fun. I appreciate the opportunity. So yeah, Cindy was saying before we came back from commercial that she thinks that her daughter looks like Jerry, and I agree. I think that was a perfect match. I mean, everything
Yeah.
just came together nicely.
She's like the exact combination of my ex-wife in the film,
Wow,
Katrina Michio.
Yes,
who,
yes.
she looks very much like
Yes.
the product of the two of us.
Ed,
So-
behave. He's saying more skin. No, I'm a married woman. Behave. And I'm old now, so we don't like to see naked after 50. Anyhow, I think you should read the birthday shout outs because
Oh,
we didn't
yes.
even get to do that yet.
Folks, we got the birthday shout outs. My first time reading the birthday.
My
shout-outs.
substitute co-host
Normally
is
it's
going
Frank.
to
I just want to do
read
Frank
them.
justice,
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Birthday shout outs. We got Dawn D'Angelo LeMay. We've got Steve Wolf, Arthur Toomey, Danielle Broussard, Brian Quinn, Aya Nell Prober, Anthony Giordano. Is that right?
Keep going.
Okay. Herbert Dersh. We got Raymond Hawk. Ben Derhova, like Jay-Z. David Zazula. Clea Torres, Larry Sullivan,
Mhm.
Rob Benson, happy birthday, Rob, Angelo Perone, Kathy Corralius, Eileen Ulick. Oh. Eileen Ulick. Okay. Happy birthday.
I'm sweating.
Brandon Lowry, Haywood Udachim.
Can I say that?
Haywood Ut.
Haywood, you touch him.
Oh,
Would you touch him? Would you
Haywood.
touch him?
You touch him.
There you go.
Okay. You touch him. Okay. Certain names, I don't know, from different
Yeah.
cultures. Barbie Regionia and Joe Pinto.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
And
Oh,
my
and
dad,
Your dad.
God rest his soul. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Birthday in
All
heaven.
right.
So those
Our
are the
birthdays,
birthdays. You
folks.
actually did a very good job. I'm
Oh,
impressed.
thank you. Yeah.
I actually think you might have been a little bit better than Frank. No, I'm just kidding.
You didn't throw food on the floor.
Nobody's
No.
better than my Frank. I'm sorry.
Frank is the man.
We miss Frank. We miss Frank. We need somebody to drop food on the floor.
I
So,
could Kramer it up.
Jerry, I see that you could. He could
Yeah.
actually.
Oh,
I see that we also made it in the Long Island Press newspaper.
Ed
Ooh.
Shin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ed Shin, man. He's the man. All the pictures. Incredible.
We love
He's
Ed.
not- Ed, you know Ed?
I know Ed a little bit.
Everybody knows Ed.
Yes.
The man is a dynamo. He doesn't stop.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
He leaves an event, and then you go, well, wait a minute, it's 4 hours from here to there. How did he get
They're
there in 2
uploaded.
hours? And he's taking pictures someplace
Yes.
else.
I know.
Uploaded and edited or taking pictures. Yeah, he's
He
incredible.
edits them, uploads them as he's taking them.
Incredible.
I could not.
But
I would have
maybe
a
he's a
nervous
wizard,
breakdown, Jerry,
but
if I had to do all
he
that.
doesn't like us as much as he likes you.
Well, you know, a little blonde hair, cute little butt, you know, gets me a little pull here and there, you know. Yeah. Yeah, he likes to take pictures.
Yes.
We'll say that. I love Ed. I love you, Ed.
Right.
But
Shout out
he's
to
so
Ed.
talented.
Yes.
He really is
He is.
talented photographer.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that? Like I did something wrong?
No, I'm just looking with a smile on my
Hey,
face.
he
I'm in
got
a
us
great mood.
in Long Island Press. and
Yeah.
We got into Newsday with the festival.
Yes.
We did a nice little spot on it.
That's great.
And yeah, it's you got to make a pest of yourself, you know, in this
Yes.
business.
Yes.
And you know, you're constantly sending little blurbs to the newspapers, and can you run this and can you run
Yes.
that? But they eventually do.
Yes.
Pays off.
We're grateful for it.
Pays off.
Boy, Ed Zubinski, I see you're in a great mood tonight. I'm so happy. Ed's one of our regular viewers, and he just makes the night fun. He's a good guy.
Shout out to Ed.
Yeah, shout out to Ed.
I think
He's in
everybody. I think we're all in a
Chicago.
good mood tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
I think I slept good last night. Did you sleep good?
I slept for 28 hours. I
Wait,
tend,
what?
yeah, because I
How
got
is
in
that
a row.
possible? In a row?
Yeah, well, not in a. There was.
Can I have
there
some?
were small breaks in between. No, I flew out of Vegas at 10:30 Pacific time. Got to New York at like 6:30. Got home in bed at 9, and then I pretty much slept all day yesterday. Woke up briefly at. Well, I woke up briefly and ate some food before, but I went right back to bed and texted a few people. I texted you
Oh,
back.
yes, you did.
And then I woke up again at 12:06, fell asleep again at 2:45, and then I woke up, really got out of bed today at like 1. So I was really jet lagged, and I was I wanted to enjoy Vegas. I didn't sleep much in Vegas. I wanted to be
Yeah.
out there in the streets, not the
Oh my
streets.
God.
I can't do when I sleep too long. I think because I'm getting older, you feel like
You feel
I'm
crappy.
running out of time.
And you
You
also
can't
feel
sleep-
crappy
yeah,
if you
but you
sleep
can't-
too much.
Exactly.
I don't love. I
Mentally
love
and
being
physically.
awake.
Yeah,
I
I
love
agree.
being awake, but I don't know. It's funny because I always laugh at people. I'm like, jet lag. I don't get jet lag, but I seriously,
You
something happened
did.
to me this time.
Yeah.
Something did happen.
Yeah.
Should we talk about that? real
Oh,
quick?
my incident that happened in Vegas.
How long is it?
It's pretty quick.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's hear what happened in Vegas. You guys ready? What
All right,
happened?
long story short, I can't explain this. This is pretty much unexplainable. I can tell you what happened, but I can't explain it. Okay.
Please do.
So I'm eating at the TGIFs. I have to go to the bathroom. So I get up and I ask the staff, hey, where's the bathroom? And they point directly across the way. They're like, you see that that other restaurant there? It's just make a right and it'll be on your left. Okay, short walk. So I go to the restroom. I go in there, and not to be crude, but I have to, it's a number 2, not a number 1. So I have to go to the stalls, okay? So I go and I check on each stall, and they're all occupied, okay? So I stand over to the left of the stalls, and I vividly remember every single detail. I remember walking there. I remember every landmark I walked past, a chick smoking a cigarette. I remember everything vividly. So I'm waiting for one of the stalls to become available. Some creepy looking dude kind of hunched forward walks by. I don't say anything, but I give him this like, hello, like I'm clearly in line here. So he gets behind me. There was another gentleman directly across from me at the urinal. Once again, odd looking, just his demeanor. I'm seeing his back, but he's like super tall and like kind of moving around. I'm like, what is he doing over there? You know, weird, just weird. Pretty shortly thereafter, I hear a flush and the stall all the way to the end against the wall. Guy comes out, weird looking dude. Once again, another weird looking person. He kind of looked like, you ever see Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yes.
You know the Nazi guy in the beginning who burns his hand?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
Creepy looking guy.
Yeah.
He looks like that, to the point where it's how often do you remember a face leaving a
Yes.
bathroom you got to use? I remembered his face. I'm like, okay, wow, that was an interesting looking person. So I go in, do my thing, exit, wash my hands, and I go back to the restaurant, and that's that. And then a little while later, you know, we're at the hotel for a long time because that's our festival. The film I was in was showing there. So we're spending a good chunk of time at this hotel. I go back to that same bathroom, and I go in, I do my thing, I come out, and then I really, wait a minute. I turn around, okay? The stalls are on the opposite side. The sinks were where the urinals were. The urinals are where the sinks are. Everything's been reversed. Everything's been flipped around.
Were you on acid?
No, I was on nothing.
How did that happen?
This was like 11 in the morning. I don't know.
No sleep.
No, it wasn't no sleep.
It's got to be some explanation. I'm like, tried everything.
I'm telling you, it wasn't no sleep. My first thought is,
was it a magic bathroom?
I go outside, I run up and down. I didn't run, but I walked briskly. I'm like, no, I must have gotten confused. Is there another bathroom? I walked the perimeter of the whole place. It's the only bathroom. I've gone over this 1,000 times. Simply the only bathroom in that area. Then I thought, wait, did I accidentally go in the women's bathroom? But I saw that man at the urinal. I saw that other man walking past me. I saw a man exit. So I'm like, dude, I couldn't have gone in the wrong gendered bathroom.
How do you know they were dudes? You never
That's
know.
the thing. How do I know they even existed?
Did the bathrooms indicate men? Because I went into gender neutral bathrooms now, and they both have urinals.
Trust
in
me.
them.
No.
Oh, really?
No, it had.
I didn't know that.
It wasn't gender neutral.
Okay.
It was men, women listed very distinctly.
That's
That's
crazy.
It's beyond crazy. So
Did you ask someone?
So I told the guy I
Told
was
everyone, and they followed him around with a straitjacket
No,
the whole night.
No, forget what anybody else thinks. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, wait, have I officially just lost my mind here?
See, I know him. He would never make this up.
Yeah.
This is 100%
This
legit.
is 100% legit.
Oh my god.
And I thought, wait, am I like mentally sick now? Am I not? And I'm like, no. And the only thing that calmed me down, and once again, I haven't been able to get this out of my head since this happened on Friday. Yeah, this was Friday. I haven't been able to get this out of my mind since. I called a friend of mine who has shared with me that he has experiences with ghosts and everything, like intense things. And I'll be honest, I feel, talking to him, how you guys probably feel right now, where what he's saying sounds crazy, but I do believe him.
Yeah.
Because I believe in his mind, this is what he experiences.
Yeah.
So I call him up and I say, I don't want to say his name online, but actually I'll say that. Corey, my buddy Corey Chapo. You could look him up. Corey, I said, I know you're the only person that I know who could possibly understand or relate to this. I tell him what happens and he goes, oh yeah, that's happened to me before. And then the last thing he said after he hung up was, he goes, this just shows you how you have the power with your mind to control reality. And then I'm like, all right, that's all I needed to hear. And I hung up. So look, I don't know what the hell happened, but
cray.
It happened.
Maybe he had some bad chicken.
Could you imagine?
I don't know.
I don't
never
know.
know. Could be something you ate messed with your brain. Who knows? But that is scary.
It is scary, And it is, but here's the thing. I'm not completely shut out. Like I'm open. I've always been open to thoughts like I'll hear,
Oh, me too.
I'll hear Elon Musk talking about the simulation. There's a lot of people now, very smart people. Elon Musk, he's the richest man in the world, owns 6 companies. He sort of believes that there's some sort of programming going on, that we're programmed like the same way we could build a video. I don't know if I believe that, but I'm open to anything. Okay. I'm open to any theory. And this is what happened, folks.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there.
Yeah. And I
you
know.
just never know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
maybe the government was like programming your brain and they forgot to put the bathroom back the way it was.
That's very, and
It's like an episode of Bewitched or something.
right?
or like
Right?
Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone. I asked him, I said, was there an alien on the wing of the plane
Yeah.
on the way home?
But it's very strange. And what I'm thinking is, did the bathroom temporarily look like this and those other people were just going into the same bathroom that I was going to? Or did I imagine all this and those people I was seeing weren't even real? That's another thought.
They could have been apparitions.
I gave that idea to my mom and she was like, that's too much for me to even, I don't even, like she couldn't even wrap her mind
Stop
around it.
smoking all
Right,
that grass, Jason.
But I just, I'm really perplexed by it.
And this
Yeah.
was, you said in Vegas?
This was in Las Vegas. Oh, another thing that I realized at the airport on my way back. A week prior to me going to Las Vegas, 3 separate individuals, just fans of mine on the internet, messaged me. And they all had one question. When are you going to be in Vegas?
What?
3 separate individuals. One of the guys I met up with, he came to my show. Both of my show, he filmed my set. He followed me around doing skits he was awesome guy, super supportive. And then turns out he lives directly next to that hotel where the incident happened, which is where the festival was.
He did it.
No,
he went in there and he rearranged everything before he came back in.
Could you imagine? Could you
my
imagine
God,
this
would
is
be
the world's best
sickest
prank?
Prank.
It really
ever.
would be. But you should tell the person like a week later and then film them like I've been telling
Yeah.
everybody about this.
Yeah.
And then finally a week, like the world's longest
It was
candid
me.
camera.
I was really there, Jason. You know I would do something like that. Oh my God. That's crazy.
It is truly insane.
Wow.
Oh, one other thing.
Oh yes.
One other thing. This is a little more evidence to that it's, well, I know what I experienced. But
Yeah.
I went back in the bathroom again against like creepily, like, oh God, what the heck is going to happen? I'm nervous. I'm nervous to even
I
peek
wouldn't
around
have
the corner.
gone back.
And I walked in and I walked through and I felt some weirdness. I just felt like, picture like a science fiction film, like a Harry Potter or something where time travel or some weirdness happens. And they picture like the animation that would be like a,
Mhm.
you know, I didn't see anything, but boy, did I feel like internally, I felt like
Yeah. That's crazy.
like an interdimensional.
like something moved
black
through
hole.
you, or you moved through something.
What was the airline movie?
What was the
E.T.
Just curious.
well? What's crazy is I mentioned the guy who exited, the creepy looking dude who walked out of that stall looked like the guy from Indiana Jones. On the flight there, I watched Indiana Jones 2, Temple of Doom, and then on the
Did you
flight,
eat monkey brains?
I did.
That's
I
what did it.
At least that would have explained
I
something.
mean, no
I just ordered a steak
explanation.
at the TGI Fridays. I ordered the tiniest steak. The steak was like this big.
Did you keep your drink
It's like
with you
that
at
big.
all times? You didn't leave it on the bar, like nobody could have.
Nobody.
Like,
I wasn't
thrown
roofing
anything in there?
because the thing is, if I was drugged, I would have been high directly
You would have
after.
said,
directly
"Okay,
before.
I'm high. This
It
is
wasn't just
normal."
and it wasn't exactly. But no, completely sober.
Now I know why you were so freaked out. He was really freaked out.
I really was, because I'm pretty logical and
He is, and he's
I was-
always honest.
yeah, and I was like, I was genuinely questioning my sanity. I was like, should I just go to a hospital or something? But no, so then it was actually really cool. I had a bunch of supporters come who I met the night I got there because I performed on a comedy show, and like 5 of the comedians who I just met that night came, which is really cool. Like in New York, that doesn't happen as much. People are like, oh yeah, we'll come. But I guess in Vegas, people are like, yeah, we'll come. And they all came. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. So they all came and they actually saw me talking on the phone to my mom about the incident. And I was like, hey guys, I'll talk to you inside the theater. So I get into the theater and they were like, so what were you on the phone doing some major deals? I said, no, I was actually talking to my mom. I wouldn't have even have shared it with them if they hadn't put me on the spot and asked. So I said, this is what happened. And I don't know, they were all pretty open-minded. They weren't like, none of them were like, you're totally crazy. They were all like, huh. We all kind of just talked about it kind of like we are right now.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
yeah, I don't know. People are a lot more open-minded than you'd think.
Is it getting cold in here? Are you guys cold?
Not really.
Bang my knee. All right, let me know if you get cold. I guess it's just me. That damn menopause.
I feel like most people aren't cynical
yeah.
in terms of like being open-minded to like people are open to ghost stories or
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? I feel like it's actually rare that you'll meet somebody who's totally just like, oh no, none of that.
I always say I'm an open-minded skeptic.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I
that's-
believe in the other side. I definitely do.
Yeah, I
I've
do.
experienced things. Like 2
I've
days
experienced
ago, I had
things,
my
but they're
lights
all
going
pale in
on.
comparison to this.
I had my lights going on and off, and they run on a switch. This was 2 nights ago, and I know I shut that light off because I was locking everything up and going up to bed. It was like 1 a.m. I just finished working in here, and I come through my kitchen, and then I turn around because I could see out of the corner of my eye the light went on. Now you can't put that light on without hitting the switch. I shut it off. I came out, went to the bathroom, came back out. The light was back on. I'm like, okay, something's going on in here. I'm just going to go to bed. Good night, all. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see nothing. Just stay away. I'm going to bed.
There's some things that you just can't explain.
True.
Like, take the Fontanas. It's 4 brothers, and it brings back to mind. I mean, you said happy birthday to your dad. My
Yeah.
dad passed 24 years ago, and he was a big band musician.
Wow.
When he died, I had 2 boxes of his old big band records,
Mhm.
and I was going through it was like the 3rd day after the funeral. I was heading back to work, and I was looking through the records, and there was one record called 4 Brothers by a big band musician.
Wow.
Oh,
And I'd never heard of it. And I took it and I took like a nail and I hung it on the wall in my basement in my little music room.
Yeah.
And this is a true story. The next day I returned to work and I must have pulled up to my office with my radio on scan. And when I went out to my car at lunchtime and I started the car, there was a big band song playing on the radio. And I swear on everything holy, when the song ended, the DJ said that was 4 Brothers by,
Wow.
and I was like,
Oh my God.
See?
I love when
Yeah.
things like that
Yeah,
it freaked
happen.
me out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if
You
you know
can't-
that
you
was my
can't-
father, but I like I said, open-minded. Like if dad could control what that DJ was doing, like
Do you
Yeah.
imagine? Oh my
it's
God.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show Jason a card,
Okay.
and I just want you to read what's on the card.
Sure.
Don't
enough.
study it.
Okay.
I just want you to say these 4 words
Cold read.
out loud. Cold read.
Say these 4 words fast. I spank mice elf.
Say it fast.
I spank mice elf.
That's it.
I spank
it.
myself.
That's it. That's all I needed you to do.
That was fun.
We like to have fun.
Some
every
good,
now
clean
and
fun.
then. Good, clean fun. We've got a few more minutes, and we're going to break, and then we'll go into the after hours in a little bit. Really quick, I want everybody to say prayers for Christina Applegate. She was just recently diagnosed with MS.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
I love her. I love her.
Dude, Kelly Bundy.
Love and marriage. Love and marriage.
It's as easy as a horse and carriage. Nah, being a kid in the 90s, it's different. It's just different.
yeah.
If you were like a little boy in the 90s, Kelly Bundy,
Oh, yeah.
nah, that was it. That was everything.
All you guys loved her.
That was everything.
All you guys loved her. So,
And then Anchorman, that was like the next big thing she did. Yeah.
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 So, Jerry, what do you have coming up? Anybody you want to give?
Yeah, Friday night the band is going to be at Docks in Island Park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is a great place
Yeah.
down by the water.
Okay.
We're playing there a couple times in November, and we're filming Saturday. And the New York Long Island Film Festival is open for submissions for 2023.
Yeah,
I
get
saw
on this.
that.
So we've
Get them
already got
in.
a bunch of films coming in, and it's going to be. I mean, is it going to be bigger than this year? I don't know.
I think so.
we
because
had
that
every
was
available
great.
seat filled. So
Yeah.
Nylif.com, NYLIFF.com.
I
Send your
promoted the
films
heck
in.
out of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so-
can I plug something?
Of course.
This Friday, I'm headlining Greenwich Village Comedy Club in New York City on McDougal Street, the heart of comedy
Yep.
in New York City. And yeah, come through. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
good
You
time.
don't want to miss that.
That's right.
You don't want to miss either of
Right,
these
right.
gentlemen. We have a couple
Make
of
some of the
more
money back that I
minutes.
spent in Vegas.
There you go. Did you lose? Did you gamble a lot?
I gambled very, 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 very little.
Smart. Smart boy. Very, very smart. So,
But any vacation, it's just, all you're doing is spending money everywhere you
Right.
go.
it's true. It's true.
And it's like double now what it was just a few short years ago.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm gonna do who is in the box. Oh, sweet of you, Anne. She says prayers for Christina. Yeah, we all are sending prayers. I'm gonna do who is in the box in our after hours, just so you guys know. So definitely stick around. You'll have to sign back on to the other link, which
My
is on my
favorite
page.
game.
We're gonna play, I promise. But real quick, before we have to end, I want to do my douche of the week.
Ah.
It's another segment. And I have another douche for after hours who I can curse at.
Oh, we got two douches.
Yeah. So Karen Keeves from Suffolk County, she was found and caught with 118 rabbits, 150 birds, 17 turtles, 3
Oh,
snakes,
geez, one of those.
15 cats, roaches, mice, rats, fleas, infested. The house was infested. The woman, she goes and she rescues animals, literally doing more damage because they were all stuffed in cages. There were some
Crazy.
birds flying around, but infested. You could not live in this house. The woman went away, and the person that she hired to help her out tripped the fire alarm. And the fire department came, and they're like, "What is that smell?" And they went in, and they were like, "Whoa, wait a minute, something's not right." So they were literally clearing out that house for days. You're a douche. I don't like what you did. I think it's mean to the animals. Please don't do it again.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, I love my animals. I'm a huge animal advocate, and I do rescue animals, strays, and
Yeah,
even
but you
friends
don't-
that are strays.
Ah.
I beat you to it. But yes, so anyhow, everybody come down tomorrow night to Paradise Studios. We have the open jam tomorrow night. So much fun. We have a great band opening up. We also have the finals for the Disturbed and Confused singing contest tomorrow night. That starts at 9.
Love a good contest.
Yeah, it's going to be a good contest. Thank you to the Harmony Bar for always supporting us and sponsoring our show. Michael J. Astor and Associates, all of our sponsors. We love you guys. And a big thank you to Bobby Lacera for making our new Disturbed and Confused commercial.
Woo!
Digging it. The man's a genius.
Young
The
money.
man's a genius. Jerry Freddy, are you going to stick around for the after hours?
Absolutely. Sounds like fun.
Nice. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We're coming back in a few minutes, all right?
All
So,
right.
we'll literally see you guys in 3 minutes. See you soon.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, still on.